Hi guys, welcome to Kal-El Reviews. This is Chris, and this is the Iron Man 3 Iron Patriot from their diecast line, and it is a very, very awesome figure. Now, you can see lots of detail in here, which we're going to cover a little bit more as we go along. See Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes written on the chest, lots of other stuff there. It's a very heavy, well-made figure. No issues with this one that I've had so far, but you still got to be careful with these high-end collectibles. Sorry about my nose, a little bit of a flu at the moment. I'm just zooming in on the star on the chest there, which is very cool itself. Coming up on the side, you can see lots of the painted scuff details, like I suppose, for lack of better words, battle damage, which is cool to see, and it just gives it a nice overall appearance. On the back you can see the cannon, and that track that you can see there, the U-shape, is a multi-point positioning thing for that gun, so you can change it wherever you want it, left, right, middle. Here I've got a kind of funny pose. I don't know what I was going for at the time, but just to show the balance and a little bit of the articulation there. He looks really, really odd. So here is a better example of the way that the legs will bend and open up, and that's balanced all by itself and quite firm. You can rock him if you wanted to, and he'll stay there quite happily. As there's so much die-cast in the legs, very, very solid, and that is a natural spread, no trickery, nothing, which I'll show you in the articulation section.
Okay guys, articulation-wise is pretty awesome on this. Now, it's not like the older Iron Man, there's a lot of hidden little joints in this guy. Now, starting off with the head will rotate up into a reasonably good flight position, will turn around. You've got a ball joint in the neck and in the head, so pretty good. Now, the arms are on a lot of sort of movement here. You've got your normal up and down. They'll also come... if you can see in the back here, there is a joint that will go forward and back, as well as if you get the arm in the right position, will go out, will move at the bicep. So you've got a lot of movement here. Another thing you have to be careful of is this shoulder pad and where it is positioned. Now, you've got quite a good elbow bend. This is due to a double joint in the arm, and that arm will actually collapse up into itself, so you have a normal position, bring it down a little bit, and it will go right up. So that's a good little thing there, so just push that up and in. Now, it has the standard wrist and articulated hands, so that's pretty good. Both arms are the same, of course. Now, extending waist, which gives you quite a lot of movement, and you can move that as much as you want, and then it just sinks back down again. Now, just balance him there, pan it down a little bit. Okay. The legs are interesting. First of all, you've got all these little panels that can lift up out of the way, which are very handy. Now you've got ball joint on the hip, will go out a reasonable distance. You've got a thigh swivel, which will move a little bit, but the leg will also move on the ball joint. Now, a little secret is the crutch there will actually disconnect, and you can see there. What that allows is that forward hip movement. So if you want to get that leg right up forward like so, that allows that, and it just clips back in the top there. So that's your legs, and that's why it's got all those little panels. Same thing with the knee. I've got a 90-degree bend on the knee, which is pretty awesome, and that also has the hidden sort of joints there, so that's cool. On the foot, same thing, foot will pop down, and if you get it in the right position, foot will pop down and go up. You've got toe, and obviously all these panels will move to allow for the foot. So that's your articulation. There is heaps of it. It's just learning how to sort of move him in a way that everything looks pretty cool, without it looking too sort of weird. So what I'll do, next shot we'll go back to me pre-recorded, and I'll show you a few dynamic poses you can do with him. I'll just cover what he comes with.
So here we've got him up on his flight stand that he comes with, which is just a grab stand, metal pole, and the base. Now the base is plastic, so you will have to be careful that you don't knock him over or send him too far forward with that. But it supports him quite well. So you can see here, when I focus, there's the metal rod, just pokes straight into the base there. And it's got those funny feet grabbing things, the Hall of Armour style there. And again, just a little bit of posability shown off in this shot. Just showing off the Rhodes sculpt here, which is very cool. Again, just coming down, I'm looking at the accessories. So we've got there our hands articulated, open, saluting hand, fists, an arm guard there, the lit head sculpt which comes on the body, which to turn on and off, even though it's out of focus, you do lift that panel, it's just tapping on there, and there is a little switch on the inside. There's our grab stand, padded with the back support. This panel on the side with the gun sticking out is where you'll turn the batteries on and off for the left arm. I was trying to think of which side we're on then. So that just pops in and out. It's just got a couple of little pegs. And on the right arm, which are in focus, which we're not, that red panel will pop out as well. Same way, it just comes off, flicks the switch, put it back on. Now for the chest, that's our standard face for the helmet. And then he has a open face, which is, those lines are a little bit more spread. You can see raised sections on there, which give it the appearance that it's kind of come uncoupled and lifted up. But very cool detailing. It's got the standard sort of detail on the inside, and again out of focus. Sorry about that, guys. And the Rhodes sculpt is good. There is a third-party sculpt coming out for an unhelmeted head, which I might have to pick up and either use for a suited version or this. So we've got the gun here, which is articulated at a couple of points. It can swivel at the back, and it can also rotate and lift. So opening the panel here, you can see the switch there, which turns on the lights for the arc reactor. Well, I suppose it's not an arc reactor with him, but the chest repulsor. And try and turn him back around. So you can see the gun here will swivel into position that you want, and you can fold it back and have it up. I have the armature on a little bit of an angle. It brings it out over his shoulder a little nicer. Just giving you a look at the repulsor there. And zoom me out so you can see the whole weird pose. Okay, now I'm using a dynamic stand. I think it's the Jor-El one, just to show you that a flight pose. Now, it's the Superman one. You can tell I filmed this a little while ago. So it will hold his weight, but it takes a little bit of positioning to, one, not get the stand to flip over, and two, for the arm to not bend, and it is quite heavy. Overall, the figure is very, very well made. I haven't had any issues with this, unlike the Mark 42, who's had arms snapping off. No paint issues. Great wear. Value was good on this. I paid about 300 Australian shipped, so I was very happy with that price. I know the 42 goes for a bit more, but I'm overly happy with it. It's not my favourite suit, but quite happy to have something different in the Iron Man collection.